everybody, welcome back again. So this is our first maths home learning video for this week, the week of the 4th of May. Okay, so this week we're going to be having a look at a few different things. Today we're going to be having a look at counting in 25, something we did earlier in year 4. Okay, so here I've put up all the counting in 25s pattern, starting from 0. You can count along with me. Off we go. 25, 50, 75, 100, 125, 150, 175, 200, 225, 250, 275, 300. Okay, and I've written them out like that because if you notice, each row goes to the next hundreds number. So the first one's 25, 50, 75, 100, and then we jump to 200 and 300, and then the pattern in hundreds would carry on 400, 500, and so on. And if you look at each row, you'll notice that it's always 25, 50, 75, or 100 number when we're counting in 25s. It's just got the extra 100 with it. So 25, and then after 100, 125, and then after 200, 225. So you should be able to see that same pattern there, look, with the 50s and the 75s. So once you know 25, 50, 75, and 100, you should be able to count in 25s forever. Okay, so I want you to pause the video here and I want you to practice counting forwards in 25s. You can go past 300, see how far you can go. And then I want you to have a go at counting backwards in 25s as well. That's a little bit more tricky. So make sure you do lots of practice in counting backwards in 25s. Pause the video, and then when you come back, I'll have jumbled them all up and we're going to see if you can work out the correct order. Okay, so spend a good bit of time practicing this counting. Pause the video now. Okay, so now they're all jumbled up. So can you help me count them back into the right order? Off we go. 25, 50, 75, 100, 125, 150, 175, 200, 225, 250. Oh, I think I've missed some out here. I might have gone in the wrong order. 175, 275. That doesn't sound right. I don't think that one belongs there. 175, which one is missing here? Well done, it's 200. 175, 200, 225, 250, 275, 300. What would happen after 300? It would be 325, 350, 375, 400, and then it would keep going. Well done. Okay, so now you've had a good practice at counting in 25s, can you get yourself through the superhero counting in 25s maze? You need to start where it says start and keep counting in 25s until you get to the finish. Okay? Pause the video while you have a go at seeing if you can get through the counting maze. Okay, so this is where you should have gone. 25, 50, 75, 100, 125, 150, 175, 200, 225, 250, 275, 300, 325, 350, 375, 400, 425, 450, 475, finish. What number would be next under the finish? Well done, it would be 500. Okay, so we're going to have a look at some different questions now that you might be able to have a go at now that you can count in 25s. So the first one is this one. The children have got some packets of balloons. There's Philippe, Eva, Mo and Esther. And they've all got different amounts of balloons, but each packet of balloons has 25 balloons in it. So these are the questions that you need to have a go at first. How many balloons does each child have? So how many does Philippe have? How many does Eva have? And so on. And then how many balloons would there be if there was somebody who had 6 packets? Pause the video while you have a go at those. Okay, let's check our answers. So Philippe has 25, 50. So you should have got 50 for Philippe. Eva has 25, 50, 75. Mo has 25, 50, 75, 100 balloons. And Esther has 25, 50, 75, 100, 125 balloons. And if we kept going, so there were 6 packets, that would be 25, 50, 75, 100, 125, 150. Well done if you got those right. Okay, let's have a look at another question. So this time, can you complete the number track? So they start at different numbers, sometimes forwards, sometimes backwards. Have a good, careful look. See if you can carry on the rest of the number tracks. Pause the video while you carry out the task. Okay, let's have a look at the answers. So this first one, 200, 225, 250, that's going forwards in 25s. So it would carry on 275, 300, 325, 350, 375. And the second one, 750, 725, 700. So this time it's going backwards in 25s. So if it carried on, it would carry on with 675, 650, 625, 600, 575. Well done if you got those right. Okay, so this is the next question that we're going to have a look at. Ron is counting up in 25s from 0 to 1,000. So you can see that he set off there, 0, 25, 50. So he keeps going all the way till he gets to 1,000. Can you circle all the numbers that Ron will say in his counting pattern? Pause the video and carry out this little job. Okay, let's have a look at the numbers Ron would have said all the way up to 1,000. So he'd have said 100 because that's in the 25s counting pattern. He'd have said 175 and he would have said 725. So he'd have said 3 of those numbers. Remember, when you're counting in 25 from 0, it's always 25, 50, 75 or 100 number at the end. Okay, next question for you to have a look at now, a little bit of a problem-solving question. Is this true or false? These scales will balance. So they look balanced at the moment in the picture, but if this was real life and there was this many 25 grams on this side and this weight on the other side, would these scales balance? And then you need to think, when you've decided true or false, can you explain? You could explain with a calculation or you could explain with a sentence. Pause the video while you have a go at this little bit of a problem. Okay, let's have a look at the answer. So no, the scales would not balance because the side that's got the 25s would add up to 125 grams. If you look carefully, look, it's got 25, 50, 75, 100, 125 grams, but the other side weighs 150 and 150 is heavier than 125, so they would not balance. The 150 gram side would go down because it's much heavier. Okay, so we're going to have a look at another problem now. Grace has a jar filled with 100 marshmallows. She puts them into bags of 25. How many bags of marshmallows will Grace have? Have a little think. So she's got 100 marshmallows. She puts 25 in each bag. How many bags will she have? Pause the video while you work out the answer. Okay, let's have a look. Grace would be able to fill 4 of those bags. 25, 50, 75, 100. 100 marshmallows used up. That would take 4 bags. Okay, this is our final thing to think about. True or false? Any number that ends in 25, 50, 75 or a double zero is going to be a multiple of 25. Now, if you've been listening carefully during this video, you might already know the answer to this. So pause the video while you have a little think. Is that true or is it false? Okay, let's have a look. It is true, well done. Any number ending in 25, 50, 75 or a double zero is going to be a multiple of 25. So no matter how big the number gets, if it's got a double zero, 1,400, or a 25, 39,125, still multiples of 25. Look, even in this huge number here, 24,113,075, because it's got 75 at the end of it, it's still going to be a multiple of 25. So if you want a little bit of an extra challenge, maybe you could write me some other numbers that you think will be in the multiples of 25 in the 25 counting pattern. Perhaps you could send me a picture of some of your numbers that you found out would count in 25s. Okay, so that's all for today. Well done, everybody. Keep practicing that counting pattern of counting in 25s. It's really useful as you move up school. I hope you've all worked really hard today. Bye for now.